Hey guys, I'm Mark from Adventure Time Outdoors. We're out on a walk today. We're going to look for some Tinder materials. Lately I've been hearing a lot of people chatting about species of plants to look for to make fires and things like this. But I'm kind of in the mind frame of I don't think a species really matters. I think what it comes down to is the properties of the plants. And I think if you know what kind of properties to find in a plant, or what kind of properties to create in a plant or tinder material, you'll have success making a fire. So let's see if we can walk around, maybe find some common materials, and I'll see if I can find some that I don't know, and we'll see if we can make a fire out of them. So let's keep on going. The snow is really soft and really deep, so it's going to be a slow go today, but hopefully we can get this done. So stick around guys, and we'll see what happens. Now it is kind of interesting when you're out in the woods doing your, practicing your bushcraft skills, your fire making skills, and things like that. You tend to, constantly keep going back to the, the same things that you have in your area. Like in my area, I've been, I'll tell you, I'm guilty of constantly using, birch bark. Everywhere I go, I've got birch, and there's birch all over the place around here. And birch is a really easy tinder to use to start a fire with. Given you have the tools to create a spark. And anyway, that being said, I've been kind of looking around to see if I can find other things that I can practice with. And if we keep on going in this direction for a bit, I should be able to find some type of grass, I'm thinking it is, that we can make a tinder bundle out of it. It's got a kind of interesting fuzzy top to it. So anyway, we'll go and see if we can find some, but I just happened to bump into this. I want to give you a quick look. Got this tree here full of amadou. It looks like it's a pretty dead tree. It's been infested with this stuff, and the top of it's gone. But maybe we can get some decent pieces still off of this. It looks dry. I see a lot of holes in them, so they're probably all dead and been eaten by bugs. But anyway, it's a good look. We'll have a look and see. Looks like we got a fox walking up along this little ridge line here. Probably out looking for a snack. That was rough. I was just walking through this terrain, but it's full of logs and stones. And I just kept wiping out. I was falling all over the place. Definitely an area to use some trekking poles. Anyway, we're going to keep on going down this way a little bit, and then I'm going to see if I can find that grass I was telling you about. I know there's some down there. I can see it far off in the distance, but I'm hoping not to have to go that far. But anyway, we'll be back when we get there. Alright, so we made it to the grass. Again, I have no idea what this stuff is called. If somebody does, please leave it in the comments below. And anyway, I'm going to go collect some of this. And then we're going to go find a spot where I can get a cup of tea going, because I'm getting a little thirsty. And I've spent a lot of time on my backside today. So, give me a second, I'll go get some of this stuff. Alright guys, so I got some of that stuff I was telling you about. I don't know if anybody could see this. It was nice and fluffy on the top, and it's really dry and crispy, kind of tubular grass stem. I'm really glad to be out of there, even with my snowshoes. I was just thinking, there was a big snow drift. I guess the wind was blowing up all the snow that we had in the last couple of days in that spot. It was just deep powder, and I just kept sinking in. As soon as my foot went like this, I just dropped straight down. It was rough. Anyway, we're going to head back in now and see if we can get some of this stuff to take a spark for you. So stick around guys. Kind of neat. Looks we got some mouse tracks here. You can see the feet and the little tail dragging in behind it. That's pretty cool. Looks like he's been running up and down this spot for a while too. So right here, we got the yellow birch. We're going to collect some of that, put it aside, and we'll give that a try in a few minutes. Alright, so here we have all the branches, and I'm just going to process them up just a little bit, just to rough them up, make them a little bit more user-friendly, we'll call it. Get those into a nice little cup. And this is the fuzzy stuff. So we can really, it's really fuzzy, really soft. You can feel it's a little bit, tiny little bit damp, but for the most part it's pretty nice. So we'll stick that right in the middle of our stuff there. So I've never used this before. I don't know how well it's going to work, but we're going to see if we can hit it with a ferro rod and get it to spark up. So, whew. First time ever using it. Seems to be definitely an option. And it really didn't take much to spark it up at all. But the key there is the properties of it. So we had something that was really fluffy. It appeared that it was going to take a good spark. I've never tried it before, but that worked amazing. Yeah, and anyway, I'll definitely use that one again. So right here I have a really low quality piece of fat wood. I mean, you really can't see any resin inside. It's just a little bit on the darker color. But if we tried to hit this with the ferro rod, it would not light at all. It would just bounce off. And here, let's try it. See, it's not going to do anything. But, oops. We took a piece of this and we try to fluff it up and get some scrapings. Make a little pile. And that lit right up. And that's really low quality fat wood. It was kind of a piece that was actually around some fat wood, but that lit up. I mean, that's what it's all about. It's just getting your wood to get fluffy and easier to take a spark, more surface area. All these things kind of help out. And the finer it is, the more success you'll have. So the next one we'll try again. We've got some birch bark here. It's got some nice stuff on the top, but there's a little bit more of a woody bark on the bottom. So we'll try and see if we can get that to take a spark with a ferro rod. There we go. That one took a little bit of work too, but we got it lit. Now here, we have another piece of birch bark that's not light and fluffy like the ones we just tried, and it's a little bit on the moist side. Now we'll try to hit that with a ferro rod, and we'll see what happens. Now you can pretty much go all day and this will not catch like that. But sticking to the theme of creating the right properties to light a fire, we'll take this and we'll scrape it up with the knife a little bit. And you can see we got some fuzzies there now. Now if I hit that with a ferro rod, well, we had it for a second there. There we go. We got fire. And we'll put that out. Alright guys, so now we got our little fire going in a Vita stove. I'm going to toss this chunk of chaga inside my water there, boil up a nice chaga tea. Hopefully give me a little boost. I'm feeling pretty wiped right now. And then I'll head on out of here. And I hope this video was okay for you guys. You know, I'm trying to get across a point. I mean, I couldn't find a decent spot to actually sit down and get a fire going in a dry situation. I should have brought a tarp with me. It would have been probably my best bet. But anyway, I hope it kind of clears things up. I mean, it doesn't really matter what species or whatever it is you're looking for, as long as you find something that will give you the right properties to take a spark. I mean, that being said, you can even find yourself a nice dry piece of wood, and then scrape off a nice big pile of fluff with your knife, and then you know, light it up with a high quality ferro rod. I mean, the one that I was using today is a kind of cheap one. Ordered it from China. It's really not the best thing in the world. You really have to scrape away to get it to work. I used a file on my Leatherman because the back of my knife is getting kind of dull. I'll have to sharpen it up a little bit, but anyway, we'll keep feeding the fire, and then we'll have a look at this chaga tea. Well, the whole plan today was to come out here and shoot a video on on the properties versus species of plants, and I arrived here today with out my video camera, if you can believe that. I brought just about everything. I had my sports cam with me. Usually I just use this for while I'm walking. I put it on my head and do a video, but this is the only camera I have today. The audio is pretty garbage on it. I can't really see what I'm filming, so I'm hoping that this video turns out okay. But either way, I got to get out and do some heavy walking. Got to try a new Tinder source, which worked out to be amazing. And yeah, and have a little chaga tea. So I'm just gonna let my stove cool off and cool down. Hopefully the footage was decent enough. If it wasn't, then I guess I'll just have to come out and shoot the video again. And next time I'll bring my backpack with a tarp and everything. But I wanted to try out my Pathfinder haversack that I just arrived in the mail. I was talking with the guys on the Pathfinder Learning Center, see which which bag they prefer and whatever it was. I wanted a small scout bag, something I can carry a few essentials in, 5C type thing, and go and have some fun. But anyway, it was actually Dave Kenneberry himself who recommended the bag. Told me it was fantastic. He'd been using it for a bunch of years and never had it fail on him. And after seeing the bag, I can see why. The thing's built like a tank. I don't see the thing ever ripping, really. I mean, I have to really, really abuse it to get it to rip. But anyway, that being said, I'm pretty pleased with it, and I actually love the thing. I've only got it out on the one time, but it sits very comfortable on the shoulder. It hangs a decent height, and it's amazing how much stuff you could fit in there. I mean, I've got my water bottle, my cup, my lid, my knife, my backhoe, my compass, a pound of rope, a pound of bank line, that stove, and a bunch of other stuff. I mean, you can just keep loading it up, and it just keeps swallowing it in. It's an amazing bag, and it's not even that big, really. But anyway, I'm pretty pleased with it. So I'm going to enjoy my tea, and then I'm going to get out of here before this battery dies, because it's blinking at me. So you guys take care, and as always, get out and explore, and be safe on the trails, man. Take it easy.